In this video I'm going to show you how to import your bank transactions into QuickBooks Online. This method isn't the one where you connect your QuickBooks Online account directly with your bank and it goes and grabs the data automatically for you. It's actually more of a sort of convoluted method, but what it does is it provides an extra layer of security. Rather than giving QuickBooks Online your bank details, it means you go and log on to your bank at your own leisure, download your bank statement and then import it into QuickBooks. So at no point along that journey, along that process, does QuickBooks ever get to know your bank logon information. So let's say, for example, this is the bank statement that I've just downloaded. And it's fairly straightforward. It's just a few transactions, and in the first column the date, the second column is the description, and the third column is the value that's gone in or out of the bank account. So fairly straightforward. Vodafone 75.99 came out on the 2nd of September. So I'll close that now for now, because we're going to import it into QuickBooks. If we go to QuickBooks here, so here we are on the dashboard. All we do is move over to banking at the left hand side and then select the banking submenu item, and then move to the right hand side and click file upload. It's just going to talk you through where the file is, but before we upload it, I'm just going to sort of briefly cover the file types. Different bank accounts or different banking institutions offer different file type downloads. So CSV is the most popular one. It's the one that was on the desktop a minute ago, and it looks like Excel. And it stands for comma separated values. So it means that the data is in column format. So one column's got dates in, for example, the other column's got details, the final column's got the amounts. And it's a very simple file type and one that you'll probably see on your bank, your online banking. But many of the other institutions do offer QFX, QBO file formats. Have a play, log on to your bank, download what you've got and see how they work. Some files work really well with QuickBooks, some need a little bit of data manipulation. We need to sort of say, actually that column's date, it's not the amount, etc. So have a play about with what file types your bank offers. So for now, we're just going to move on and we're going to browse for the bank account statement that we downloaded, which is on my desktop, which is this. We're going to open that, and then we're going to move on to the next button at the right hand side. And once that comes through, I think there was an error actually there, so I'm just going to re-select the bank statement. Give it a second, click next, here we go. And then what it does, it starts running through a few questions with you just to make sure that it's going to import the data correctly. So the first question that it's asking is, which bank account is this that we're importing data for? So in this demo account, there is only one bank account, so it's fairly straightforward, but I know many businesses have 3, 4, 5 different accounts, some savings, some high interest, some things like that. So at this point, you just select which bank account that is, and then click next. And then because this is a CSV file type, it's saying, can you just tell me a little bit more about the columns involved? So I know that the first column was the date, so column 1 is date, and it's in day, month, year format because it's UK standard. The second column was the description, so it's worked these two out. The third one it struggled a little bit with, but all we do is we select this and we say, yep, the amount column is actually called value in this download. So there you go. And then click next. What it does then is it just gives you a brief visual of what was on that statement, just to make sure things look about right. So at this point, you want to make sure the date column, it's got the dates in, description, amounts, values, etc. So that all looks fine to me. So we move on, next. It says, do you want to import now? What this is actually doing is it's sort of bringing it to a halfway point in QuickBooks. It's not quite posting all the transactions. It's just going to bring them to like a holding area for you to review the transactions. And then once you're happy with them, you press the final import. But for now, yeah, we need to click yes, just to get it to that holding section in QuickBooks. And that's it. Let's go. So here we are. So if you look, we're here on the All tab within the bank account. And what it's managed to do is all these transactions have gone green and they've got the word rule next to them. What that means, if you check out some of the earlier videos, or specifically for QuickBooks, the one about banking rules, What we've done is we've set up rules to say every time you see something on the bank statement, please deal with it in a certain way for me, so I don't have to do it every single time. So an example of this would be NCP Limited, so National Car Parking. At some point, we've set up a rule that says every time you see the words or the letters NCP as a payment coming out of the bank account, please post it to motor expenses and please claim 20% VAT back on it for us. Similarly with McDonald's, whenever you see that as a payment, please post it to travel expenses and please claim 20% VAT back on it. At this point, all we do is we scan down all the transactions that we've imported and we create a bank rule at the top if we've not already got one, and one could be set up to automate your life. Or we deal with it manually. We say, actually, this is a one-off. We definitely don't want to set a bank rule up for it. Let's just create, and you mess about with the add buttons at the right-hand side. So all these have got bank rules that have worked for them. So I'm just actually going to select all the transactions, and I'm going to choose from this submenu here to accept. And what that does is it moves them from that holding section in QuickBooks and it brings them fully into QuickBooks as genuine bank transactions for the main business account. So that's as straightforward as it could be. Hopefully, if you've got any questions, please feel free to get in touch. But hopefully that's helped. Thanks for watching.